Hi everyone, my name is Gaea. Good evening, happy Friday night, happy Sabbath. 2 Timothy 1:7 says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." In 2017, I was working as a psychiatric nurse here at the Loma Linda University Behavioral Medicine Center and was at the same time in school to become a psychiatric nurse practitioner, which I currently practice as. So, at the BMC, my job was to recognize signs and symptoms of someone who's maybe having some self harming thoughts, or maybe thoughts to hurt other people, or maybe even suicidal thoughts. So, you could say I was the expert. During this time, I worked hard, I studied hard, kind of. I traveled hard, and I partied even harder. Yep, happy Sabbath. Needless to say, God was far from my mind. So, in the same year, August 2017, I was at an airport returning from one of my travels. I was at Seattle. I received a phone call from a familiar name, but it was through Facebook Messenger. I mean, I didn't even know that you could call through that, but kind of weird. But it was my friend's sister. So, hesitantly, right, like I pick up the phone and I'm like, hello? I don't remember her exact words, but it was something along the lines of, "My brother is gone. He committed suicide." Everything after that was a blur. Found myself in the corner of an airport. I broke down crying, called my parents. He had been like family to us. He attended our family events, birthdays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, all of them. And still in that moment, God was far from my mind. So, according to the DSM 5, which is what we use to diagnose mental health disorders, major depression requires at least 5 symptoms that's listed there that would persist for about 2 weeks, or not about, for 2 weeks minimum. So, as I look back now, were there any signs? Let's go over them, I guess. Number 1, depressed mood. Feeling sad, worthless, hopeless, or maybe even mood swings. I mean, he wasn't depressed, was he? Well, he did stop calling once a month to connect. Number 2, anhedonia, or lack of interest in things that he used to like to do. Well, he did cancel his birthday dinner with me just a few months prior. Or more like he just never responded. Number 3, significant weight gain or weight loss. I didn't know this at that time, but his mom told us after that he ate very little to nothing leading up to it. Other symptoms include fatigue or loss of energy, trouble concentrating, maybe isolation. He had failed one of his classes in optometry school. He stopped coming out of his room or hanging out with his friends. He deleted all his social media, disconnected his phone. His other friends contacted me to see if I've heard from him because no one has. And about 1 or 2 months prior, actually two times, me and my friend went up to his house unannounced. And we swore he was there the first time because we were like outside yelling, trying to get him to come out. And we saw the curtains move where his bedroom was, but he didn't come out. And finally, suicidal thoughts. Maybe there were signs. I was angry. Angry that he didn't ask for help. Angry that he didn't think he could come to me. I mean, dude, I was a psych nurse, I guess. Or any of his friends. Angry that he thought that was the only way out. Angry that he didn't say goodbye. Angry that his gravestone photo is him having the biggest smile like all his other photos. Angry that his family didn't see the signs. Angry that I didn't see the signs. After all, I was the expert, right? During that time, I had so many questions, almost like an ecclesiastical moment. I asked myself, what is the point of life? Is this all that life has to offer? Work? Okay. School? Even worse. Traveling? Nice cars? Partying? Alcohol? Drugs? There must be more to life, right? I tried to go back to the fun things, but they weren't the same anymore. Not as fun. Something was missing. I did not grow up religious or Adventist. I was barely Christian, but somehow God was in my mind. One night, I cried out and asked, or I guess I demanded, God, if you are real, show me. Ellen White says from the book Desire of Ages, not a sigh I breathe, not a pain felt, not a grief pierces the soul, but the throb vibrates to the Father's ear. God is bending from his throne to hear our cries. I secretly decided to get to know Jesus by reading the Bible. I figured that was a good place to start. I say secretly because I didn't know who to go to. I didn't have anyone to have spiritual talks with. And as I got to know him and his character, I couldn't really keep it a secret anymore. I was getting convicted to change my life one habit at a time. Whether that's alcohol, cursing, or repairing the relationships in my life. Like with my sisters, I guess I was really mean and I bullied them, but they're here to testify that we're good with that, kind of. So this was strange to me. Finding freedom in God's laws, in how he wants me to live and not how I want to live. Freedom in telling my party friends, I stopped going out. I don't drink anymore. Freedom in eating clean foods. Freedom in keeping the Sabbath. Yeah, that was really weird transition for my friends and family, me trying to explain that to them. But as the old hymn says, turn your eyes upon Jesus. Look full in his wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim. And so today, I'm happy to say that was tough. But because of it, God is now and forever in my mind. He replaced my fear with his power, my despair with his love, my chaos with his peace. I know that my friend is fast asleep right now. And when Jesus comes back to wake him up, I'm glad that God is the ultimate judge. and that Jesus has defeated death. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. If any of these signs resonate with you or someone you love, please reach out to a friend, family, professional. Call or text 988. That's the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. You are not alone. Psalm 34:18 says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." So whatever it is you may be going through, remember, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Thank you.